I don't know why I came with a basketball, but damn it. So if you're familiar with any of my videos, you know that I'm a big wrestling fan, and I just love old school wrestling. I love new school wrestling. I love it all, and I also love the action figures. And I think they're just so awesome to collect. I'm a big fan of the Mattel WWE Elite figures, and also some of the old school Jack Pacific figures. So today I'm going to review a Mattel WWE Elite figure, specifically Ted Dibiase, the $1 Million Man. This guy is such an iconic part of the 80s and part of 80s wrestling. It's just his accomplishments just out the window. Now, I was a big fan of him, beginning from when I started watching him in the mid to late 80s to early 90s when he was in the WWF as his $1 Million Man gimmick. But I remember as a child watching public access television, and they had the regional wrestling, the old school wrestling videos on there, and Ted DiBiase was there, and this was before his gimmick, and so he didn't really have the $1 Million Man gimmick. He was just a straight up Southern wrestler from the Mid-South. I think it was Mid-South wrestling, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going off the top from what I remember. I think it was Mid-South, and then it turned into UWHF. And this was way before he hit the WWF. And if you watched any of those tapes, or if you have an opportunity to go on YouTube and check out him before his gimmick, that guy can go. I mean, he was such an awesome, agile wrestler early on. I mean, the things that he did in UWHF just blow away what he did in the WWF, as far as I'm concerned. As far as wrestling wise, I think that's my favorite wrestling from Ted DiBiase. So moving back to the figure, I mean, this is a pretty wacky figure, if you can tell. I mean, look at the expression on his face. It just looks like he's just making fun of you. It's just a weird, wacky expression on his face. But if you look at old pictures of him, he's always laughing. That $1 Million, arrogant smile, that $1 Million laugh. So it is pretty accurate. It is such an animated facial expression, but it's not out of character. It's definitely not out of character. It's such he's such an iconic character. I mean, he never won the WWF World Championship belt. He never won the Intercontinental belt. But the $1 Million belt, that's synonymous with his name. It doesn't matter if he won any other belts. He had this belt. And when you think about the $1 Million Man, you think about how gaudy and how just gaudy and huge this belt was. It's such an iconic belt. So for some reason, besides the belt, the $1 Million Man comes with 2 accessories, and one of them makes a lot of sense. The other one, I have no idea. Probably missing out on a few videos from his old WWF run. But here we go. So one of the accessories is a plastic basketball, and I'm not sure why he has this accessory. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that he has a plastic basketball. I have no idea why. For me, it makes more sense for Mr. Perfect to have that basketball when he had that promo, and he was just shooting basketballs everywhere, and making any type of weird shot you can think of, any trick shot. So this is a head scratcher for me. The other accessory, which makes a lot more sense, is this briefcase. This gold briefcase. There's really nothing in it. I do want to get like Monopoly money and cut it up and just put it in there, just to pretend like, you know, he's carrying stacks of money around, which makes a lot of sense. But this is a cool accessory. I do like that he has this. Now the main accessory he has is the $1 million belt, and I'm happy to have this, but I'm also a little disappointed because they could have done a lot more with it. The belt is known to be covered in diamonds. Or, you know, actually, I'm not sure if they were diamonds or rhinestones. I have to look into that. But from what I remember, looking at a couple of YouTube videos, they were legit diamonds, and it was gold plated. This whole belt. So I'm a little disappointed that there was no gloss to this, and that was matte finish. I'm not sure why they decided to use the matte finish for this. So I'm not sure, but in saying that, you know, like the toy customizer in me just wants to find some like glossy paint and just paint over this matte finish. But I also don't want to mess up the figure, so it's a bit of a disappointment. I would say it's a bit of a disappointment. I'm glad to have this belt, but I'm sad that it's not sparkly enough. It's supposed to be gaudy and really, you know, just oozing like diamonds and gold. You know, he's supposed to be showcasing this like luxurious lifestyle, and a matte finish belt is not doing it. So back to the actual figure itself. So the expression on his face is really animated, and I think we spoke about that you know, a couple of minutes ago, actually. And at first, I did not like it at all. I thought it was just it's way too cartoony. And you know, I like my action figures, you know, a bit of seriousness, but you know what? It's grown on me. It's grown on me. It's up to. It just plays within his character, so I'm fine with that. So this figure is actually within the 6-inch scale. So a bit of a reference for you, like if you like the Toy Biz Marvel Legends or the Hasbro Marvel Legends, both are 6-inch scale, and you can pose this next to your Marvel Legends, or if you want those universes to intertwine, you're more than welcome to, because they are the same scale. You know, like if you have a Wolverine and you sit it next to it, the Wolverine might be a little bit shorter, depending on the representation of Wolverine, but it's within the same scale. Now, a couple of the cool details that they have on here, you know, they have the dollar signs on the boots, and then they have the dollar signs on the trunks, which is really cool. Really cool. I say, like, I remember it being like a, you know, like a shinier threading when I used to watch him. So I'm pretty disappointed that the paint isn't as glossy or shiny as I would like, but it's a nice detail nonetheless. So this particular figure has over 21 points of articulation, double joints at the shoulder, ab crunch, double joints at the elbows. You got close joints with the hip to thigh, and you got the knee bend. You could turn the boots 360, which I don't know if you would want to, because it looked like he has a broken leg, which I'm not fond of. Anyways, and then you could slightly move the ankles. I don't think I could see it, but I don't want to break it. But yeah, so it's about 20 to 21 points of articulation. So one of the things that actually interests me about these WWE figures is whether or not they're able to do their finishers, whether or not you could pose them doing their finishers. So I'm gonna attempt to do that now with the Ted Dibiase, and we'll see if it comes any close. Alright, so as you can see, I really couldn't quite get it. If I were to take a picture of this, I would try to work the angles as much as possible. But as far as like his Dream Street submission, I wasn't able to connect this hand to that arm, and that's what you use as part of the submission hold, and I couldn't underhook this arm all the way underneath Sami Zayn's arm to complete the submission hold. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do his finishing move, but if you were to take a picture of this for your toy photography, I would suggest to just use the angles as best as you can and as best to your ability, because you probably won't quite get to put on the Dream Street submission hold. Other than that, you know, it's a great figure, but unfortunately you won't be able to pose him in his finishing move. So that's it for my $1 Million Man action figure review. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a new format that I'm tinkering with, so I hope you enjoy the new format, and I'm going to continually tinker with new formats until I find one that suits these videos well. I'm constantly trying new ways to evolve this channel, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Thank you guys for watching.